is this who I am?
Yeah.
Am I Mariah's man?
Yeah.
Is that what my life is supposed to be? There's nothing wrong with it.
I understand it though. Like,
You know?
it's like,
And I got really comfortable in
Yeah.
it. Her and I never had problems.
Yeah.
Never argued. Never even with me struggling in this space.
Yeah.
She was like, she's so understanding and so evolved and lives in her own world. That's the thing. When someone has their own world,
Yeah.
like you said, their own scope, their own bubble, and you got to be a participant in that. You know what I mean? Like I'm main character. She rocking being all the alpha that.
well,
she
by the
is.
way, she deserves it. By the way.
And she did. I believe she needs a dude like that.
Yeah.
I'm just not that dude.
Nick Cannon is shaking, and he made a couple comments on a podcast that I would honestly, you know what, if I was to be honest and run it back, y'all, I would say Chrissy's thoughts are shaking, because I have thoughts on this. We're just going to have a time where I'm going to tell y'all what I think about what Nick Cannon said on a podcast about his relationship with Mariah Carey and why it did not last. I got a couple thoughts. This is going to be quick, but this is going to be insightful. Y'all going to be able to talk to me, so let's talk about it. So first of all, I am number one Lamb Mariah Carey stan, okay? I know Mariah Carey's real life all the way down to the T, baby. Quiz me and I will win, okay? So Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon got married, and this is her, not her first husband. Her first husband was Tommy Mottola. And y'all remember Tommy Mottola was this very powerful white man that was so powerful, Michael Jackson was going up against him for the things that he did in the music industry back in the day. He's really the reason why she was able to come out and have the career that she had. So you got to look at Mariah as someone who ended up first kind of as a sugar baby. You know what I mean? Leading into a relationship with Nick Cannon where she's the breadwinner, Hold on to that part of the thought. Well, she went through a lot of abuse with Tommy Mottola, sick stuff. Like, she couldn't leave the house. She couldn't really talk to nobody. Guards everywhere. Everything's very regulated. I told y'all the story before about how Tommy Mottola's goons were about to beat up Jermaine Dupri because Mariah Carey and the Brat snuck out and got McDonald's. Like, it was that much of a all-seeing eye on Mariah Carey when she was going through this industry first starting out. So when she got with Nick Cannon, that's a freedom she never experienced. That's a black man. Because if you know Mariah Carey, that's a real, okay? That's damn near a gangster bitch for real, y'all. Like, Mariah Carey, she's a good hood jam. She is. And that's what we always loved about her. And when she got with Nick Cannon, we saw promise in that. He was young. He was innocent. His career was actually a little bit stronger than it is now. And we saw a bright future for the two of them. They had the twins, them babies, Moroccan and Moreau, Rock and Roll. And Nick Cannon, literally, when they first got together, went on a press tour about how this was the girl of his dreams. It'll be like a 16-year-old me growing up and marrying Chris Brown. Although that's not what I want. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? That would have been like, wow, I really married Chris Brown. Who would have thought that? I really ate with that. And Nick Cannon, he went on so many comedy tours. I literally won that game of, I hope I married this person in 1996 and I actually married her. And he seemed to have a lot of gratitude and appreciation for being with Mariah Carey. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, he went on a podcast and he said what really happened to end the demise of the relationships. And if I was going to sum it up, I would just say insecurities. He said that Mariah has her own world and you come into her world. She's already established. And he said a man like him basically couldn't take that kind of him being the lesser in the relationship as the male who is generally the dominant figure. There's really a hard, there's a hard ranking when it comes to Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon. So he felt that in the relationship, and it shows in his actions today, getting all these young mixed girls pregnant and kind of having more dominance over their situation. A lot of these girls, he's their first and only baby dads. That's dominance. A lot of these girls, they go back and they kind of need him for attention because his attention is spread so thin throughout 11 kids. And so, in that, he's kind of showing that he wanted to regain some kind of, heavy, toxic masculinity and dominance over the women in his life because he couldn't fully dominate a Mariah Carey. Now, what bothers me in this situation is, you knew who she was. Mariah Carey did not Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana you, where she was like, oop, didn't tell you I'm a star. Oh! I forgot to tell you, I'm each star. Okay, yes, I'm actually a princess. No, you knew who Mariah Carey was when you walked in that door. Now, it's tough for women in high positions in their life to find men that feel comfortable with their positions. Let's just have a real conversation. Yes, your wife can be the breadwinner, but I feel like there's still a certain level of submission that needs to go on that household to make it work from the feminine energy in that house. This is just my opinion. I am an island woman. I'm a West Indian woman. I'm naturally submissive. That's just us. I know that Rihanna, although she's a billionaire to A$AP Rocky's, couple million, and she really brought his career back up. I know an island woman, baby. And if you're a West Indian, if you're an islander, if you're from the Caribbean, you already know that lady is in there barefoot, shaking up them chicken bones and sauteing them in that pan, okay? I feel like she's in there rubbing feet, telling him how he's the real fashion killer. That's us as a culture. We bow down to our men. It's actually sickening. And it sometimes puts us in a bad position where we stay in situations long enough and men run over us culturally. That's another conversation. I'm a Black American woman, but if you know, you know. You know what I mean? So that level of submission is going to come out of me naturally. I cater, and it's sick. I'm talking about grease your scalp, rub your feet, cook your food, wash your back, scratch your back, oil your back, pick the bumps off your back. It's sick. Mariah Carey, although definitely probably a submissive woman, and he said they got along great. She ain't got no time for that. It's Christmas, and mama gotta sing. And now, throughout the years, we found out that Nick Cannon did not own Wild 'N Out. So his level of billions of dollars that we might have thought he had to match Mariah Carey probably did not match. And so therefore, he dismantled his marriage. Now, I feel bad for Mariah Carey because she ended up dating that white man after, and he was like a billionaire, and that didn't work out. But she ended up suing him for money. And Nick Cannon used to say that she would threaten him and say, I'm going to go find a man with more money than you. Red flag to a man that's already insecure, already a little bit broken about your stature in life. I would have never said that to him. I just would have been like, babe, I can't find nobody else like you. But who knows if that would have got him to stay. It's a real conversation about hierarchies in relationships. Now, here's my word of warning. Technically, I think if you're a woman of this many means, I would already started out with a billionaire. My man now, he has made more than me and his company, millions more. So I have not reached the pinnacles financially that he has reached yet. But I might have more fame. I have not seen more money. So that dynamic of I still got something to teach you, I still got something to show you is there. And I feel like with an alpha male, there's a level of comfort in that. Let's have a real conversation about what y'all think about this. So y'all write me down in the comments, like, share, and subscribe. But let me know what y'all think. What does a woman do when she's so powerful? She's trying to find a man to be the man in her house, run her household, but the insecurities of finances and status get in the way. What's a girl to do?
Church, once upon a time, there was a man named Nick Cannon, who at the age of 27 years old married 39-year-old superstar Mariah Carey and had 2 children. Now, Nick was somewhat established in his own right, but of course he couldn't hold a candle to Mariah's star power or her wealth. And the fact that she did not need him, though she wanted him, slowly but surely started to create feelings of inadequacy within Nick about his own manhood, and eventually led to the dissolution of their marriage due to his own insecurities. So what does Nick do then? He goes out and creates 10 more children by 5 different women and creates a web that's entirely dependent on him at the center as the man. Now, church, my question to y'all is this. Do y'all think that Nick feels like the man now? Look, Nick made these revelations on a recent podcast, and I'm all about revelations and introspection. God knows I spend 1 day a week in a therapist's office trying to get my life together. But the thing about it is this. Most people who are out there looking for a healing for their soul, they go to therapy, they talk to God, they spend time by themselves, okay? They don't literally go out and create multitudes of single parent households to heal what's going on inside, okay? So as I told y'all, I'm all about introspections. I'm all about revelations. I just wish that these introspections and revelations would have happened about 11 children ago. Now, y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this situation, and we'll talk later.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey and why their marriage ended and didn't go well. To summarize, he was basically insignificant, he felt subpar, he felt insecure against the big, famous, well-known Christmas singer Mariah Carey, and people are going in on him on why he would do that and use her, and it's not like he didn't know who Mariah Carey was. That was his dream girl. Even when he was growing up, he prayed, he wanted to be with Mariah Carey. That was his dream girl. And it's such a shame that when he did get her, he fumbled the bag. And that's why it's always, you have to be always careful what you wish for and what you pray for, because that might be something that is bigger than you and you may not able to handle. But tell me your thoughts on this. It's such a shame. It's very disappointing, but also at least he has self-awareness. But at the same time, some people may see it as a bit selfish, him trying to trap Mariah Carey with the baby, and also him impregnating multiple women to feel power and superior, which is a bad coping mechanism or escapism. Some people compare this with Sierra and Future and how Future has multiple baby mamas. But tell me you guys' thoughts on this. It's such a shame.